It's a brand new week, it's a brand new month, and we couldn't be excited to bring you your favorite breakfast show, that is Smell the Coffee. You're joined in the studio by Svenja Hecht and Glenora Shipura. Good morning, girl.
Morning.
How was the weekend? Did we enjoy ourselves?
Oh, it was very good. I had his little sister weekend.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Yeah, that must have been nice.
Oh, it was so nice. We went to Namibgrens.
Okay.
So it's nice to just get out a little bit. And actually we splurged a little bit. I didn't know where we were going, what the location looked like that we were at. But then it turned out to be this huge villa, like a whole mansion. There were 4 bedrooms and we were 3
Oh
girls.
wow, that's actually really cool.
But it was so nice.
Who planned this trip?
Yeah, I always just jump along. You know, I'm the youngest. I don't have to think.
And you're probably spoiled as well,
Yeah,
so they cover
spoiled.
most of the cost. You're
They
I'll
do.
pay for the coffee.
Oh no, actually my mom gave this to us as a Christmas gift.
Oh, last year already.
Yeah, my mom loves for us to spend time together. So she was like, here's money, go on a trip. And we were like, cool.
What are we going to do with, where are we going to go?
Yeah.
This is so cool. I
Yeah.
want that, actually.
I know.
I want that.
My mom's the best.
I will start prompting my mom. I'll be like, Mom, you know what I mean? As presents,
Yes.
take care of your daughters.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. There was a lot happening this weekend. I know that there was Strictly Soul, there was Drag Night, and a bunch of other things are happening
that's
in
true.
the city. People were enjoying their hard-earned cash, and it's good.
Oh yeah, it was payday
It was
weekend.
payday weekend. People were really, really in the streets.
Yeah.
So was the police. I was stopped. I don't know, every time I get stopped, I just feel like I've done something wrong.
Yeah, even though you know you didn't do anything.
Every time I was coming from the gym, I'm like, where are you coming from the gym? I sounded so guilty.
Yeah.
Like, have you been drinking? No, why would you ask? Like,
I was in the
and
gym.
they're like, please pull over, please pull over. Take out your license. Yeah, so I behave horrific when I've done something wrong. I'm like, I swear I was not drinking. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Is it just a fear of?
But same.
Yeah.
Every time I pull up to the police, I'm like,
Yeah, is everything okay?
okay.
Do I have a bag
have my
of
driver's
illegal
license.
drugs in the
Exactly.
car? Like, you know, you
Did
don't
someone
have.
plant drugs on me or something like that? That's what I'm scared of the most, is like someone just randomly planting drugs on me. Like, why would they do that?
And then you don't know how to explain it to the
Exactly.
cops. Like, hi,
I don't know where that came from.
I'm just seeing this for the first time with you. I don't
And
know.
they're like, sure, ma'am.
Please get in. You are arrested. Anyway, speaking of fun things, let's get into our memes of the day, or reels of the day, rather.
Bitch! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
Chat GPT and doing our job. You know what pisses me off? And I'm like, Chad, I'm literally 3 prompts away from you because I'm using the free version. Like, dude, please.
I only have 2 more chances. Come on, get it right now.
Because I can't wait for 9 hours for you to reset or however long it takes.
Exactly.
So I understand the frustration there because it happens. But is it funny that, I don't know, before a year ago, we didn't even know. Okay, I was not using ChatGPT before last year.
Yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden, we are now so dependent on this thing.
That's the thing. I mean, when I started this job last year in May, that's when I really started to use ChatGPT because translating is just easier. And it's somehow the quality got worse
Yeah.
of ChatGPT
Yes.
since a
The
year
more
ago.
everybody is using it, it's just getting worse.
It's getting worse
it
and
makes
worse and worse.
Serious mistakes. And also, that's the thing that we were saying in studio earlier, where we were like, as much as we're afraid of ChatGPT taking over jobs and whatnot, I think to a degree you can't remove the human element because Chat is so full of errors. It's so full of errors.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into our next one.
I can't manage.
You can manage.
Yeah, I can manage. Let me allow to go out, please. Let me allow me to go out. Bring me out completely.
Huh?
I beg you to bring me out.
Completely.
Yeah. Bring me out. For sure. Bring me out.
Yo, you gotta pick
Jesus! Jesus! Out now! Jesus! Jesus, Papa!
Bring me out completely. Completely. I don't want like 1 foot left, out, all the way out. I thought I wanted this. Clearly, this is not what I want. It's just like, I'm done with this. I'm not having this. But actually, that clip, I think it comes from Leon Schuster's pranks.
Oh, is it?
I think so. So it was a guy, he gets into a taxi, and then there's like people with Tokoloxy mask or whatever, and he's just like, I want to get out. But remember how fun those were.
Oh, I used to love Leon Schuster.
Yes, somebody made me rewatch some of his pranks
Yeah.
recently. You know, you just go find the clips on YouTube. His earlier stuff were really good.
Yeah,
like he
the
was
earlier
so
stuff,
daring. Like, of course, there's some things that I remember because we watched them growing up, but there was some like in the 90s that you just never saw. And I was just like, this was hilarious. Bring back pranking, bring back that type of comedy.
I know, yeah, no, that was so fun. I remember going to South Africa and just watching his movies like in cinema or whatever.
And it was so amazing. So I think that clip comes from one of his pranks.
But I feel that guy without the relationship stuff or whatever, but if someone with a creepy mask is right there behind me, he's not even, he can't even look to.
Yeah, he's not even
just
trying
like,
to
no,
look.
bring me out completely.
Take me out
I
of this.
I feel that. I would also be like, please don't prank me like this. This is not, I'm not a person to be pranked. I'm way too scared.
You're way too scared. There's one that I saw of him where he locked these guys into, they were supposed to watch over a body or whatever, and then the corpse comes to life, and then they were there praying, and then go back to where you came from. That's always my favorite. I need to go watch that. Yeah. Go back to where you came from. We did not kill you. It was so hilarious. But this also shows what you are willing to do, you know, in stressful situations, which or not. Yeah. So yeah. On the other side of the break, we are taking a look rather on what's headlining our top stories. When the sun sets, the news begins. Welcome to Sunset News, bringing you the latest headlines, in-depth community stories, economic updates, sports highlights, and your daily weather forecast. Join us every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25, or stream us online at oneup2.com. Join us on Facebook at Sunset News to stay updated. Now, Svenja, you and I talk a lot so much. Now, instead of getting into our stories, we are rather going to take a look at another interesting meme. What doesn't kill you makes you sit like this at 4 a.m. Please. Please.
I didn't need this on a Monday morning now.
What doesn't kill? I actually hate that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger sentiment. I'm just like, yeah, what didn't kill me gave me PTSD, severe trauma triggers. I can't function like the other normal human being. So thanks, it didn't kill me, but I don't know about the stronger part.
Yeah, the stronger part. I also don't get that. Maybe at some point you get stronger when you get over it, but at first you feel weak and broken, right?
Yes, and you have to deal with this so much to get over it as well. Somebody was talking about the fact that some people, let's say you come to work, right? You don't have like the trauma that I have. Maybe I'm afraid to speak up for myself, but you know what I mean? So you are generally left behind because you're carrying so much baggage. And so I think we need to stop saying to people that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We can just say, thank God you survived that, or what have you.
Well done for surviving that, I guess.
But let's stop glorifying suffering, because it is not what we think it is, and we're really, really
it's not cool to suffer, man. It's not
cool. Really romanticize it.
That's true, yeah.
On that note, let's have a chat with X. He is an artist, a multidisciplinary artist, and he's talking to us rather about the industry. I'm joined in studio by a visionary artist, someone who has worn many hats and always wants to show up as authentic as possible to every project. Good morning, X. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you doing, Tenora?
I'm quite excited to have you in studio. I'm quite excited to have this conversation early on in the year because you're one of the artists that I always look out for in terms of just the work that you're doing. And everything that you do is, always inspiring, and you're always pushing yourself to the next limit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So how has the year 2026 been? I know it's quite early, but how has it been so far as an artist?
As an artist so far, in an individual capacity, I think 2026 looks very promising. Again, I always like to say this. I feel like there's a new temperature in the art industry, in the creative industry, and myself as an artist, there's a lot that you can plan for. There's a lot that sounds exciting, that sounds like it's going to, sort of flourish. So again, like you said, it's very early on in the year, so you can't say too much. You don't want to jinx things that you have planned, but there's a positive start to it individually. But the world doesn't look very bright at the moment. So there's obviously that thing of like trying to balance reality with your optimism, So
speaking of that, and also how artists need to be a voice or the mirror to where society is, or the reflection of the times. I've seen most of your work, and it really does that. Your last play, you were, tackling quite a few heavy themes, but it was also inspired because this is, what I see in the community, and I'm just reflecting the times. How important is that for you as an artist to always, hold up the mirror to society?
I think that's the role of every artist, actually. In fact, everyone that has, even if you're not an artist as a profession, if you have a sketch pad at home, it's important for you to reflect what it is that inhibits you internally and whatever you see as going on in the world around you. Because that's how you preserve who you are, and that's how you preserve, let's say, the national identity of a country. It's by creating the art that reflects that. It's been quite a journey trying to really find my footing in expressing what, because it's very difficult to be honest as an artist, especially when you start commercializing your art. You want to meet the standard, the status quo, whatever is popular, whatever is trending. And most of the time, things that are reflective of society, people don't want to consume substance anymore. We live in a world, the digital era or whatever, but we live in a world where it's so easy to consume things. It's like you just scroll. It's just art, even on social media. So creating art that challenges, that makes people think critically about the world around them, about themselves, it's important, and I think it's the role of every artist to some degree. Even if you make abstract art, you need art that makes people think about themselves and about the world they live in, essentially.
I love that. And you did speak on trends as well, and how it's important to try to be as authentic as possible, but still, be in the know of the trends that are happening. What kind of trends are you seeing right now, or trends that we might be heading into in the industry?
So let me start with artists have become independent curators and creators now, especially with the advent and the promise of the internet era and the technologies like AI and AR and VR and all these new technologies that are driving what it means to be an artist in a completely new direction. And it's trending also, of course. I mean, we saw like with the advent of social media, it became much more easier to sort of disseminate your art globally, because you are in charge of it. You are in charge of distribution, because the internet platforms and social media platforms made that possible. So when when was the internet introduced? Like early 2000s. So now in 2026, it's taken a level that is
where you can be a business on your own and you don't need all these
Yeah.
other factors or agents
and people outside
label,
of
record labels and whatnot. It also removes a level of, I'm not saying all record labels are bad, but or companies per se
Yeah.
that house and manage artists
Yeah.
are bad, but there were issues in the past where you hear stories of like artists, I mean I sold how many millions of albums or books, what have you, but I didn't make so much money from it because of the contracts I signed.
Yeah. So
So now
there's
it-
that sense of like independence of being drawn away as an individual artist, being drawn away from institutions and being able to own your art, own your work, direct the channel in which it flows,
Yeah.
things like that.
And also
you know?
own your voice as well.
Own your
which
voice
is also
as
very
well.
important, which is I've seen quite a few artists blow up just on social media,
Yeah.
and I don't see them like being signed on to anybody, but you can see that they have like millions of views on YouTube and they are doing their own thing, which is very nice and
They
holistic.
themselves become the brand, the entity, the company.
Yes.
You know, as an individual artist, you become the institution that sort of produces the work that you create as an artist.
Do you think that this new trend, especially the use of social media, is good news for Namibian artists? Because there's always been that notion that, if you're an artist in Namibia, you're just going to suffer, you're going to starve. So do you think that this is a platform for us as artists to, get on and, just see where it goes?
Yeah. I can answer that in two ways. One, it's not just social media, but other technologies, like we said now, the new trends that are happening, artificial intelligence and so forth. I think there's two ideas that you can have to it, like a positivist one and a negativist one. One, the Namibian industry, the creative arts industry, like I said, it's only now with with the administration of the current president where we see some kind of recognition and true appreciation and acknowledgement of the importance of art and trying to, distribute resources to build the industry. But then it also comes at a point where like the technology is so advanced to the point where you don't have it's in let's say in first world countries, creative industries are being threatened by our own creations, by technology. You don't need a whole set to create a film. You don't need a director, producer, writer. You just need AI. You just need AI and a producer. Because script writing,
which is a bit sad.
You know.
Yes.
So if that same reality sort of presented onto Namibia in this, it's not in the early stages. I mean, the art industry has been around. We have had artists for decades since our independence, but in my experience, having conversations with people that are sort of the veterans of the art industry in Namibia, the older filmmakers, the older cultural practitioners, I always sense a bit of like a sense of not regret, like spitefulness. Like, why only now? Like, we are old, we're about to retire, and
now it's just starting to pick up.
It's only starting to pick up now, and you see it's very palpable when you enter rooms where people are having conversation on trying to formulate policies around the art creative industries. The older people always seem to be a little bit more, frustrated with the fact because they're about to retire. And then there's an idea that my generation, Gen Z, doesn't really understand the importance of art to a society, because again, everything is so cheap and so easy to make, and you can create a Mona Lisa with a prompt, like the process of
writing, even academically, you can see that the time it used to take to study for something and what have you, I have to read a whole textbook. Now I can just put a prompt, please summarize, I'm doing a test and this is what we're going to focus. Summarize the most important things that I need to know about this, and that's it. And then I go and write the test and I pass. But I have not sat down and consumed a work of somebody, a body of work. Do you get it? It's just snippets of it. And I hear what you're saying. So the world is moving to that. Speaking of AI and the creative industry, we're seeing more and more writers, musicians, what have you, are using AIs. And there is a positive to it. I've listened to some music or musicians
have you?
who've used AI.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I thought you were gonna say AI artists.
Yeah, not AI artists. They would, let's say, I don't have a producer, so AI does my producing for me. And I can see how it helps, especially when you're starting out and you don't have the money to pay for a producer, what have you. So there's this guy that I'm following on social media. He used AI to create his beats, but the vocals is his, which I have to say I respect him for that. And I love that that's the direction he's going for, because it's quite expensive, especially if you're starting out. But at the same time, it takes away from the human touch.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of it all. AI can do incredible things. It can make work so much more effective, so much more efficient, so much more convenient and easier to do in any industry. You know, especially in the arts. But then it takes away from that human touch.
Yeah.
And so let's say I'm a bit of a negativist. Maybe I've watched too much
Black Mirror.
Futuristic sci-fi films about AI taking over the world or whatever. The first thing as an artist that I would fear is that instead of thinking about robotics, we won't be able to do anything. You have an AI that's cleaning your room, your house. You have AI that drives, or you take a robot or whatever, electric car, whatever, that drives your kids to school. You don't have to go anywhere and do anything, because you have created these technologies that can do everything for us, and then humans basically just become people that eat and sleep, consume. The perfect utopia of AI and technology. But what would that mean for art? That means nothing that we consume is created by the hands of a human. You watch a movie, a film, it's generated. You see a painting, it's generated. You listen to music, it's generated. It's written, it's produced, everything, all the elements that goes into making music. So I do respect people that are trying to move with the time, artists that are trying to move with the times, like the person you mentioned that would make a beat with AI but still put their own vocals. But at one point, someone else is going to realize, no, it's easier to just also let AI generate my voice. Let me record my voice. And then at one point, we don't have any original art or anymore. Human art with human touch to it. And I like to quote, it's a German philosopher, I don't know if you know him, but Friedrich Nietzsche. I know you like philosophy.
I know him. Of course I'll know him.
Yeah. And he had this idea that in order for humans, the point of being alive on this earth as a human being is to sort of struggle. And if you're going to project that into your art, AI doesn't have struggle. It just analyzes.
There's no human soul to it.
Exactly.
A human touch brings the endurance, the suffering, the joy, what have you, and that's what makes it so unique and palpable to everybody else. So I definitely agree with that. Now, X, we really, got carried away, and you and I will always, have long conversations. But it was so nice to have you in studio to divulge some of this thought, and just also open our minds to just like, okay, this might be cool, but what does it mean in the long term for society and for us as artists as well? So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Solve X, and this is a very beautiful conversation.
Thank you so much. All right, with that, we have come to the end of the broadcast. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.